Hello everyone, this is Nate from Christie's RV. Today we're going to be going through the Starcraft 292RLS Telluride. So first thing up front, you have your pass-through compartment. On the left of the compartment here, you have a light. You push it all the way in, you can set it so it'll be on motion, so whenever you open the door it'll turn itself on. Or you can turn it so it just stays on all the time. Beside this compartment, you have your storage for your extra 20-pound propane tank. Above your propane tank storage, you have a solar hookup. If you have a solar panel, you hook it up there. Inside the pin box here, it's prepped for a generator if you wanted to get a generator for your fifth wheel. Beside that is your battery and battery box. Behind your battery box here is your battery disconnect. So if you wanted to kill power from your battery to your trailer when you're not using it, just flick it and pull it out. On the driver's side here, you have your landing gear control. So down will make it go up. Vice versa. If that ever fails for you and it stops working, fifth wheel comes with a handle you could put into the motor, and you could crank it by hand to get it up if you had to. Beside that, you have your switch for your front lights. Can't see it in the sun. Underneath that switch, you have your two 20-pound propane bottles that are hooked up to the trailer with a crossover regulator. So if you have both propane bottles on, whatever way it's pointed is the tank it's going to be pulling the propane from. If that cylinder runs out, it'll automatically switch itself over and start drawing from the other tank so your stove or fridge doesn't go out. On this side of the pass-through compartment, you have your power cord, which is around 30 feet long, an adapter from 30 amp to 50, and then another adapter on it to plug into a regular household plug. Over here behind that, you have your outlet exhaust for your furnace. You want to make sure you don't put anything in front of it because it does get really hot. Underneath your furnace exhaust, you have your sewage outlet. On the left here, you have your gray tank, which is for your bathroom. So it would be your toilet, or your sink and your shower. The black one beside it will be for your toilet. And then over here, you have another gray tank. So this would be for the galley. Beside that, you have your low point drains. So if you ever have to drain your lines in your trailer, you can just open those and open all your taps to drain all the lines out. Above that, you have the back of your hot water heater. So to drain your hot water heater, you always want to pull your pressure relief valve first, or run your sinks, and then you can pull your cap off. Beside that, you have the back of your fridge. You never really have to get into there, but you want to make sure you just don't put anything in front of it so it can breathe and draw in some fresh air. Above that, you have the outlet for your range hood. So for traveling, you want to make sure it's clipped in, and then when you get where you're going, you can just unclip it. You'll see a hole on the back of your slide here. That's in case your slide ever stops working on you. You can put the same handle in to this nut right here and manually close your slide. behind that, towards the back of the trailer, you have your docking station. So here you have an outdoor shower with a quick connect hose. You have your cable inlet, so if you have a satellite dish or you're connecting from someone's house, you can connect there. Underneath your outdoor shower, you have your black tank flush. So after you drain your black tank, you want to make sure you don't close the valve back up. You can put a garden hose in there and you can clean out your black tank. Beside that, you have your valve. So when your valve is all the way down, it's for city water, so you can connect your garden hose into there and pressurize your system that way. Or if you're hauling your own water, you can turn it to tank fill, put a garden hose in there, and then you can fill your tank to bring with you. Beside that, you have where you hook up your power. Underneath the docking station, you have the button for your jacks, so you can just extend your jacks. One side will touch the ground first, and then after that side touches, the other side will go down. In the back of the bumper, we have a sewer hose. Back of the trailer, you have your spare tire. Got a hitch to hook up a trailer. Also on the back, you have your outdoor barbecue. So to hook up your barbecue, it's got a quick connect hose. Just connect it onto the barbecue. Pull the plug that's on the trailer. Connect your hose, and then turn the valve in line with it to give it gas. Then you just turn your barbecue on, hit the igniter, and it's lit. Beside that, on the passenger side, you have an outlet for TV, so you can hook up a TV outside, and that's where you would plug it in for your cable. Then right underneath that, you have a GFI protected plug. Alright, let's head inside. Alright, when you first come in, you're going to notice down on the left you have a fire extinguisher. Then if you open this cabinet here, you have your control panel. So on the top left here, it will tell you how much you have left in your tanks and in your battery. So you can hit your gray, black, fresh, and then your battery. Your battery will always be charging when you're plugged into 110. Beside that, you have your buttons for your slides. To put your slide out, just push the button and hold it. You always want to have your slides either all the way in or all the way out. They will not be sealed if they're halfway in and out. So you just want to hold the button until the slide goes all the way out. And you just want to wait to hear that ratcheting sound, then you can let it go. Underneath that, you have your buttons for your awning. So to put your awning out, you just press extend and hold it. You do not want to leave your awning out in the wind or in heavy rain. So I just tell people whenever you're not using your awning, just put it away. You want to hold your button until you see the flap of the awning, then you can let go. If you don't let go in time, it won't harm the awning. It'll just start rolling up backwards on you, and then you can just spin it the other way to fix that. These awnings do have a dump on them, or a pitch. To do that, you just grab the arm here and pull down, and then you can pitch your awning, and to get it back, you can just push it back up. Beside all the awning controls, you have your hot water heater on top here. So the one on the left will be your gas, and the one beside it is your electric. If you use all your hot water and you would like it to come back faster, you can click both switches on and they'll piggyback up off each other to get you hot water quicker. Button on the left here is for your water pump. So if you're hauling your own water with you, whenever you want to use your shower or sink, you can just flip that on. It'll pressurize the system. Switch beside that will be your interior lights. And then the last switch on the right here is for the lights underneath your awning here. Leave that on. Under here you have all your electrical fuses and breakers. So you have all your 110 breakers, just like you have in a house. On the right here you have your 12 volt breakers, or fuses. If any of the fuses ever go, a little red light will shine beside it so you know which one it is and you can switch it. Up here you have your fire alarm. Works just like any household fire alarm. Over here you have your TV. Works like any household TV. Underneath that you have your stereo slash power bar, or music bar. So you have your radio. If you're watching your TV, you can hit mode and switch it to TV mode, and whatever's on TV will be coming through there. And then you have your zones. Number 1 will be your indoor speakers, and number 2 will be your outdoor speakers. Underneath that you have your electric fireplace. Over here you have your microwave. Works like any household microwave. Underneath that you have your range hood with a fan and a light. To light your cooktop here, you want to just switch it to the little flame there. Then you can light your cooktop. To light your oven, put it to the flame again. Flick the switch until your pilot light comes on. Then just wait 10 seconds. And then you can turn it to whatever you would like to cook at. On the far right here you have a light for the knobs and for the inside. For your fridge, just press the power button. So when you're picking the mode, the one with the little electrical plug and the A will mean auto, so it will run off 110. If you ever lose power to your trailer, it'll automatically switch itself over to gas. Or if you have the little droplet, you can just run it straight off gas. If you ever have to get to the back of your hot water heater, you take this wooden piece off with the 4 screws, and you can get to the back of your hot water heater. Over here you have your CO propane alarm, so if there's ever any CO or propane, it'll go off. I suggest just every time you go out to give it a push to make sure it's working. Up in the bathroom, you have the switch for the light. Then you have your switch for your fan here. Then in your bedroom here, you have an emergency window. To use that, you can use it as a regular window if you'd like. You just push it out and it'll hold. And if you ever had to, you can just pull the screen and hop out. Over here, you have your thermostat. So you just click the thermostat on. I always tell people leave the fan on auto. If you were to switch your fan to high or low, if you turn your furnace on, you'll hear your air conditioner fan turn on too. So I would just leave it on auto. Press it again, you got the snowflake, so that's your air conditioner. Your air conditioner will automatically come on, and then you just set the temperature you would like it at. Press it one more time. It'll say furnace. You'll hear your furnace fan come on. You can set your temperature and it'll light itself up. And I hope I went through everything with you. If you have any questions, just give us a call. Thank you for shopping at Christie's.